Good morning, boys and girls. Coach Niall here from Goal Coaching. We are back with another PE lesson. I hope you enjoyed last week's lesson, which was the book week, okay, our Harry Potter adventure. This week it is science week. So we are going to be mixing up our exercises with a little bit of science. And what we're going to focus on today is our heartbeat and our pulse, okay? And we're going to see how does our heartbeat change with the different intensity of exercises we do. Okay, so to start off, you can see the equipment behind me. You need to go and get yourself 5 things that we're going to be running in and out of. They could be teddies, they could be water bottles, they could be cones. Here, I'm just using some toilet rolls. Okay, then we need something we are going to throw against the wall and catch it. If you've got a tennis ball, you can use your tennis ball. If you've got a pair of socks, use a pair of socks. I'm just going to keep it simple by using some toilet roll. Okay, so as we said, today is all about science and is about our heart rate and our pulse. Okay, now what we're going to work out is the harder the exercise, what does our heart do? Okay, now our heart beats faster sometimes and slower to try and get different things. And we're going to talk about it a little later on in the video. So go and get your equipment all set up and then we're going to get going. Okay, so now we've got our equipment. First thing we need to do is check what is called our resting heart rate. Okay, so this is how many times our heart beats. Okay, so when you hear your heart go doo-dum, doo-dum, how many times does it do that in 1 minute when you're just relaxing? Now, the way we're going to check our pulse, okay, check our heart rate, is we can either use our wrist. So if we use our wrist, we're going to get 3 fingers, we're going to put them in line, and we're going to take away the top one, okay? And if you feel around there, you should be able to feel a pulse, okay? So you can feel your heartbeat. It will be beating, boom, 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 okay? If you can't feel it there, we're going to go just next to our throat, okay? We're going to get our 2 fingers again. Don't use your thumb because that's got its own pulse. We're going to use our 2 fingers and we're going to push just under our chin into our neck, okay? And we should be able to feel a beat again. So what we're going to do, we're going to count how many times our heart beats in 15 seconds, then we're going to times it by 4, okay? So 15 seconds, ready? We're going to count our heart rate. Ready? 3, 2, 1, off we go. So we're counting. Every time we hear the doo-dum, we're going to go. Keep counting, keep going, 3 seconds left, 2, 1, okay. So, I got 15 beats there in 15 seconds. So I'm going to times that by 4 and that's going to give me 60. So my heart beats 60 times in 1 minute and that is my resting heart rate. I want you to write down what your resting heart rate was. Remember, we have to times it by 4 because we only done it for 15 seconds. Write down your resting heart rate because we're going to see how it increases. Go do that now and we're going to get into our first drill. Okay, so now we have our resting heart rate. We're going to see how the levels increase. So we're going to have 5 exercises with 3 levels of intensity each time. We're going to have low, medium and high. Intensity just means how hard you're working, okay? So our first exercise, we are going to zigzag through our toilet rolls, okay? We're going to do 3 and we're going to do it really slowly. Now, when we get to the end of our zigzag, we're going to throw our toilet roll or throw our object against the wall and try and catch it. And then we're going to start again. So watching me, we're going to start on a low intensity. So we're going to do it really slowly, okay? So I'm just going to zigzag in and out of my toilet rolls really, really slowly. Get to the end, throw, catch, go back to the start, okay? I'm going to do it again really slowly, just zigzagging in and out, throw, catch. Last one, zigzagging in and out, really slowly, and catch. Now all we're going to do, we're going to wait 10 seconds, then we're going to check our heart rate again, okay? So I'm going to check mine really quickly and I'll let you know how much I got. Okay, so after our first exercise, at our low intensity, my heart rate for the minute went to 70 beats per minute. So my heart rate increased by 10 beats per minute just by doing that exercise, okay? Now I'm gonna do it again, but I'm gonna do it faster. So I'm gonna go 3 times. I'm gonna go medium intensity, okay? So I'm just moving in and out, get to the end, throw, catch, and back. Zigzagging in and out. Catching last one at medium intensity. And throw and catch, and stop there. Okay, now 10 seconds, then I'm gonna check my heart rate for a minute. Okay, remember we're doing it 15 seconds, and then we're timesing it by 4. So go and do that now, and I'll tell you what my heart rate was. Okay, so exercise 1, medium intensity. My heart rate has increased to 83 beats per minute. Okay, so my heart, when I was doing nothing and resting, it was 60. Now after doing them 2 at low and medium, I've gone up to 83. So I've increased by 23. Now we're gonna do our final one. We're gonna do it as quick as we can. Really important with zigzagging. Ready? So as quick as we can, in and out, throw and catch and back, and straight into it. How fast can we go? How fast can we move our feet? Zigzagging. Oh, get to the end. Again, I'm going to do 10 seconds. Then I'm going to check my heart rate, okay? And I'll let you know what that is in the next little clip. Okay, so now I've done all 3, low, medium, and high intensity. That time my heart rate increased to 106 beats per minute. So, what do we notice, hopefully with your scores as well? You would have noticed each time your heart rate getting a little bit higher, okay? Now, why is that? Remember we said this was a science mixed in with our PE lesson. All that is our body needs to pump oxygen to all of our working muscles. So here, we're working with our legs. So the blood is getting pumped from the heart to the legs. Okay, oxygen is good and it's going to our legs. Now, as we're doing our work, the higher intensity work we do, our body starts to produce what is called lactic acid. Now, lactic acid is bad, okay? Carbon dioxide, it's bad for our body. It makes us feel really tired, okay? Now, if we have a lot of lactic acid in our body, we're not going to be able to do many things. So, our heart pumps the good blood, the oxygen, to our legs. Okay, then with that heartbeat, it pumps the bad lactic acid, the bad stuff, back up, okay, to get rid of it. And then we get rid of the carbon dioxide through our breathing out. So you might notice you're breathing a little bit heavier, okay? The more you breathe, the more carbon dioxide you're getting out. As you breathe in, the more oxygen you're taking in, okay? Remember, oxygen is good for our muscles. Lactic acid, carbon dioxide is not so good, okay? So that is why our heart beats faster, because the quicker we're doing things, the more good blood we need to get to the muscles and the more bad blood we need to get out, okay? So now I'm going to show you the other 4 exercises we're going to do, low, medium and high. We're going to write down our score, our heart rate for each one, and we're going to see how they change. Okay, so we've done our first lot of exercises. Now we're going to do our second. All we're going to do is go 2 feet over the toilet rolls and touch 2 feet down in the next space. Okay, so we have our spaces. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, into the next one, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that's all we're doing. Remember, we're starting off low. When I get to the end, I throw against the wall and I catch. Then I go back slowly. Remember, we do each one 3 times, so low intensity. Okay, I'm just going nice and slow. Okay, right to the beginning. Last one, slowly. And there we go. Again, wait 10 seconds, then we're going to check our heart rate and see what happens there. Okay. Then once we've checked our heart rate, we're going to do the same exercise again, but at medium intensity. Then we're going to wait then we're going to do it at a high intensity. Okay, so exercise 2 is 2 taps in between each space. Go and give it a go. Okay, so now we've done exercise 2 at a low, medium and high. We're now going to move on to exercise 3. This one, we are only going to put 1 foot in the gap, but we're going to take 3 steps on the outside, okay? So it's going to be 1 step in, 1, 2, 3, 1 step into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 1 step into the next one. 1, 2, 3, into the next one. Okay, little bit of a tricky one. This time, can we go off of both sides? So once I've tapped my left foot in, okay, I'm then gonna tap my right foot in. Okay, so again, low intensity, medium intensity, high intensity. Check your heart rate after each one and see how high it's going. Okay, how high can we get our heart rate on the fastest one? Okay, so if I show you at full speed this last one, ready? So we're just going in and putting 1 foot inside. When we get to the end, throw and catch. Go and give that a go at all 3 intensities. Okay, so exercise number 4 now. Like our exercise 2 where we went 2 feet in each one, this time we're going to go laterally. So we're going to go sideways. Okay, so I'm going to start down here. Previously we were going over them like this, marching. Now we're going to go sideways. Okay, remember low, medium and high. We're doing it 3 times each. When I get back to the start, I just go the other side. 2 taps in between each one. Get to the end and throw. Do it 3 times. Make sure we're checking our heart rate so we can see, are we going higher with our heart rate or is our heart rate decreasing a little bit? Okay, because when we're doing the lower intensity exercises, does our body need all of that blood like it does for the high intensity? Okay, no it doesn't. So our heart rate will go back down because it doesn't need as much blood. Okay, see if you can see that in your results as well. Go and give that a go and we're going to get onto the final exercise. Okay, so onto our final exercise. Okay, we're going to go forward 2 spaces, okay, with 2 taps in each one, and back 1. Okay, so it's going to look a little bit like this. So I start at the beginning, I go 2 taps in each, I go forward 2 spaces, and back 1. Then forward 2 spaces, and back 1. Okay, forward 2 spaces, back 1. Final one, back 1. Get to the end, throw. Remember, 3 times we're doing it. So I'd go back to the start. We're doing low, medium, and high intensity. Okay, so that is our 5 exercises done. I want to see how high can you get your heart rate for the highest one, and then how quickly does our body recover and get back to our resting heart rate. Okay, because it might not be too good if our heart's beating 150 beats per minute all day. Okay, that's when we start to have problems. So we want to make sure we're getting it nice and high, and then is it getting back down. So once you've done all 5 exercises at low, medium and high, you've checked your heart rate, I want you to wait half an hour and then check your heart rate again. Okay, I want to see after half an hour, what do you notice about your heart rate? Is it still really, really high, or has it gone back down? Okay, that's for you to find out and let your teachers know what you found with your heart. Did it stay super duper high, or did it come back down once it had flushed out all of the bad blood and had all of the new good blood put into it? Okay, so that is our challenge for this week. That is Science Week. Okay, lots of information there, but give it a go. Remember, check your heart rate, check your pulse. Okay, the pulse running through. Times it by 4 if you're doing it for 15 seconds. See what you can get, and we'll see you very, very soon. Take care.